Robert Courts.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. Last Thursday was one of those days where it seemed as if the world had stopped. People in crowds on the streets looking at notifications, coming up on their phone and stopping and looking at each other, not speaking, because everyone was thinking the same thing. Everyone was thinking that that day that we all hoped would never come had finally come. It was the day in which we lost the best servant and the best leader that this country could ever hope to have. And it's since then we've been thinking, we've heard from the speeches in the House about the incredible honour and privilege it is for all of us to be able to call ourselves Elizabethans. And as I rise today to pay tribute to Her Majesty on behalf of myself, my family, of course, and my constituency of Witney and West Oxfordshire, I'm also thinking about the early contact that West Oxfordshire had with Her Majesty. And I think perhaps the first may have been from 1928, when West Oxfordshire's most famous son, Winston Churchill, stayed with the royal family at Balmoral during the reign of King George V. And to his wife Clementine, he wrote, "There is no one here except the family, the household, and Queen Elizabeth, aged 2. The last is a character. She has an air of authority and reflectiveness, astonishing in an infant." Now, Madam Deputy Speaker, isn't it extraordinary, and yet not surprising, that Winston Churchill picked out those very qualities in Her Majesty that would make her such a revered individual, the most famous woman in the world and the most revered monarch in our history, so early? It's that easy authority that she had that we've heard referred to by so many honourable members today. And throughout those 70 years of service, she saw change unparalleled. When she was a girl, the RAF was flying aircraft that were wood and canvas, and now we've gone through to where the planes don't even need a pilot and they're fast and supersonic. Utterly extraordinary levels of change, yet she remained the same and yet changed as society changed. But it's not just that she's always been here, true though that is. It's not just that she's a constant, it's that she was a unifying constant. We'll all have our different memories, Madam Deputy Speaker, but what's gone is not lost. The memories we have of her remain. Her guide, her example remains with us, and they give us an example of how we can reach the storms of today and tomorrow. And as we saw in the electrifying speech from His Majesty the King last night, that duty will continue. And so whilst our voices are choked with emotion, we can all rally with the timeless cry, "God save the King."
Yeah.